Okay, the topic is absolute value equations. So let's give an example here of what the absolute value does. Take, for example, I have the absolute value of -3. Now, these are supposed to be horizontal or vertical lines. I'm sorry, two vertical lines here. If you're looking at a keyboard of a computer, there are the pipe, just usually above the enter and to the right of the curly brace. Anyway, so the absolute value, what it does, you take the absolute value of a negative number, and what you're going to always get out is a positive number. For example, the -3, taking the absolute value, you get +3. So that's pretty simple. Now, this here is not going to be a trick question, but what is the absolute value of 3? It's just 3, right? So no matter what number we plug in here, we're going to always get a positive number out. Now let's actually look at an equation with an unknown, and that would be x. So this time we're going to say the absolute value of x is equal to 3. So what numbers could I plug in for x so that I get 3 out? And the way you're going to do this is first thing you do when we rewrite this equation, we drop the absolute value bars and we write x is equal to whatever's inside the absolute value bars, you just write it here, and then whatever's over here, we're going to write it right there. And then we're going to say or. Then we rewrite what's in the absolute value bars, except this time we take the negative of this number here, which is -3. So remember, up here in the top, if we plug -3 in, we got 3 out, and if we plug 3 in, we got 3 out. So, okay. Or means, to make this a true statement here, okay, I can plug 3 in, or I can plug -3 in to get this to be the solution. So the solution set, and I'm going to write it like this. These curly brackets indicate a set. If you've checked out the section on sets, 3 and -3. So this is the solution set here. Okay, let's work some more examples. Alright, so we're going to do a little bit more complicated one here. We got x plus 1, taking the absolute value, is equal to 7. So no matter what we plug in for x here, this whole side right here is going to end up equaling 7. Okay, so first thing we do is we rewrite x plus 1, drop the absolute value bars, and we just rewrite it just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and put or in right here. So remember, we just write out what's inside the absolute value bars, but this time we throw a negative out in front of whatever this number is here. So that would be a -7. Okay, so we have a regular equation here now, a linear equation, and we want to solve for x. So hopefully you've checked out the section on solving for x in linear equations. Now I'm going to take this 1 over to the right hand side, so this becomes 7 minus 1, and 7 minus 1 is 6. So x is equal to 6. Or, so I'm going to do the same thing over here. This time we have a -7, bring the 1 over, and so we end up with x is equal to -8. So our solution set is going to be 6, -8. Now hopefully you know how to solve for x at this point. Okay, so I took this 1 over, and when I took it over to the right hand side of the equal sign, you change the sign of it. Alright, okay, let's work some more examples.